I think I'm back. Let me see, let me see. Is this public or not? It is. Hopefully we will be okay in a minute. Take two. Hi, can you hear me and see me okay now? Let me know, Olajo. Thank you for coming back. I don't know what happened because my device seems okay, but okay. So that's fine. Uh, let's see. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay, Olajo, because I have no clue. Yes, both. Okay, perfect. Okay, I guess we'll wait for a few more people to come on in and let me know what was the last thing you all heard me talk about, because I have a feeling I was talking for a while and nothing happened. So let me know, wondering where you went. It just went out. It just started rotating and it just went out. So I have no clue of what happened. It just, something with the internet, I guess it just stopped. But I'm glad you came back, that you found me. I tried to get back on as quickly as possible, but you had to reset the whole entire live up. Can you set a goal again? Yes, I can set a goal again. Let me set a goal again. Let's see, let's see. Okay. I'm just going to start it right now. Okay, the goal is started again. Oh, okay. Yes, okay, so we have 9 people in here. What was the last thing that you all heard me talking about? Because I didn't really want to skip any of these, but I want to make sure that you all heard everything that I was speaking on. And since this is the second take, I'm going to quickly run through the other ones. I will leave the previous live up for anyone that's catching the replay. You're so welcome, Ola Joe. Thank you for asking me to do that. Rewrapped fruit. Okay. Oh, I had talked about 2 things since then. So as a quick recap, since the other live was rudely interrupted by internet service, I have to assume, I just want to recap the first few that I had mentioned was couponing. Couponing, stacking coupons, looking for manufacturer coupons, calling companies that you want products from and asking them, do you have any coupons or special deals that you can send me, and let them send that to you via email or whatever. The internet is an excellent source to find coupons too. And always remember that some stores take other stores' competitors' coupons. So always look for that. Then I went over manager specials. Manager specials are typically throughout the outer perimeter of stores, being your bakery department, your meat department, your vegetables, and your fruits. Along that, you'll see a special tag over a price tag of regular produce and bakery goods and meats, and it'll have a discounted price on there. That's called the manager special. Sometimes it could be blue, it could be a little tag, or it could be a big fat square tag. Yellow, I've seen them in red, yellow, and blue tags. They're typically over the regular white tags. Then I talked about the in-store discount racks, where they have a rack like this somewhere that's typically in the back of the store, and it's just full of all kind of stuff, all kind of pastas, pasta sauces, soups, everything is back there. And it's just kind of all back there. It's free for all. You kind of dig through it, but they have some amazing prices. I've gotten things back there for like $1, you know, so all of those can provide savings for us during this time. Then I think you said the last thing you heard me talk about was the rewrapped fruit. So I'm going to go over that. Typically, that's on a stand somewhere in the back of the produce. Hey there, grown woman. Somewhere in the back of the produce section, and you'll find it. Here they call it rewrap. They may call it something else. They may call it discount. They may not call it anything. But you have all this amazing fruits and sometimes vegetables. I get a lot of my bell peppers out of season when there's nothing out in my garden and I've used up everything that I grew. I look for them. I get everything but purple bell peppers. I have found red, yellow, green. I bring them home, clean them up, and slice them and freeze them. I have bags and bags and bags in my freezer right now. And believe it or not, they freeze when they're unfrozen. They are okay. They're not mushy. Like I can still eat it raw. If I wanted to put it in something raw, and I do sometimes in my salad, it still's crunchy and has a bite. So, the rewrapped fruit, you may say, well, it's a bruised, or what am I going to do with that? You can, one, eat it right away. Number two, you can juice it. Three, you can slice it up and freeze it. Most fruit freezes well because fruit has a high water content. When you do get ready to freeze it, lay it out on a baking sheet, slice it up that way, let it freeze, put maybe parchment paper under it or something, let it freeze in a single layer. Once it's frozen, take all those little slices of apple or whatever it is up, put it in a Ziploc bag. And if you want to seal it, you can seal it. Vacuum seal it, you can vacuum seal it if you want to do that once it's frozen. You can also dehydrate it. You can bake with it right away. You can preserve it in any way that you want to preserve it. Make some jam out of something. So it's all kind of ways you can use that. And the beauty of that is a lot of time they have exotic fruit. Things that it's like I've looked at maybe in the store. I'm like, what is that? I'm not getting ready to buy that because it's $5 a pound and one's going to weigh a pound. 2 for 10? No, I just won't taste that. So yes. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. So good to see you. So that's the rewrapped fruit. Now, the next thing I said was to learn store policies. Now, I'm going to slow down at this point. But also learn store policy. Because I know here and every store has some kind of policy. Mostly about when things ring up wrong. Now, some stores be like, okay, it rang up wrong, we'll ring it up right. But for the most part, at least I know a lot of stores here, mostly your major stores. Oh, remind me to tell you something. Let me write this down. I just thought of a whole nother one that I didn't even have on my list. About 50% off. I'm going to really tell you that one. A lot of stores have a policy that if it rings up wrong, they will give you the first item free. Okay? So if that happens to you, if you go to buy something and it's supposed to be $2 and it rings up for $3.50, pay for it. Then take your receipt to the customer service and say, hey, this rang up wrong. Okay? If it's just one item, they give you your money back and then give you the item for free. If you have 2 or 3 of the items, then they'll give you your money back, give you the one item for free, and then you'll just pay the adjusted real price for the other ones. Okay? So that's another one that can be huge savings. These are all things that we have to be aware of and on the lookout. They are not just there, okay? And then nobody's telling you about this. The policies are written somewhere, but unless you know what they are or it has happened to you, and that's how I found out about a lot of things like that. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, well, ho, this rang up wrong. I don't care if it was 10 cents. I want my 10 cents, okay? I'm cheap. If y'all don't know by now, I'm cheap, okay? I'm real cheap. So, yes, you can also buy store brands. That's right. You can buy store brands. Still, it's still important to read your labels and read your ingredients and buy the best that you can buy at that time. Okay? Sometimes we can't always buy something that's completely all natural or whatever. But for the items that we can, we do. But if you can save a whole lot more somewhere else in your store and your groceries with coupons and things, maybe you'll have that little extra to pay that little extra for something that's organic or doesn't have a lot of ingredients and chemicals and things like that in it. So it kind of can balance itself out, especially in times like these. Another thing that I had mentioned is that if you find large cuts of meat, specifically beef or game meat or something like that, you can do a lot with ground meat. But if it's on sale and you're like, what am I going to do with this big old, I don't need this big old chuck roast. It's just me. I don't need a big old chuck roast like that. Take that chuck roast. If it's on sale and maybe ground beef is not on sale, take that chuck roast to the meat department and say, hey, can you ground this up for me? I don't care if you got 4 packs. Those 4 packs can freeze. And it may be just you. You may not need ground beef for the rest of the year. Okay? Or whatever the game may be. Fred Meyer allows you to stack coupons. You can use their coupons and exactly, stacking coupons can get you so close to nothing. It's amazing sometimes. That's right. Stack those coupons. Stack those coupons. That's what I had said earlier about when it came to the coupon part of it, which was at the first part. Or, anybody watching the replay, please go back and watch the other live that's just like this with the same title, because I lost internet service or something. The live stopped, so I had to restart it. So I had already gone over in depth some of the other ones in the very beginning. So just wanted to say that. Learn to preserve. That's okay, Kelly. You're here now. Yay. Learn to preserve. Now, I'm not a big canner. I've got the big canner that you put on the stove. I got an electric canner. I don't bring those things out. I don't enjoy it, okay? I just don't. So, but if you can, then do so, all right? If you can, do so. My favorite method of preserving anything is dehydration. Not only do I enjoy it, I like the end results of it, all right? I don't mind dehydrating things. I'm trying to even learn how to dehydrate things. Can, the dance. Yeah, can. Trying to learn how to dehydrate things that I have never dehydrated before, because I never thought about dehydrating it before, all right? But that's my preferred method of preservation when I want to preserve food. That and vacuum sealing. One of these days, hopefully I'll be able to get a freeze dryer. That's what I really want to do, is freeze dry, because there's a huge difference when you like vegetables. You dehydrate vegetables and you freeze dry vegetables. When you freeze dry something, it looks just like original, okay, color-wise and everything. Now, the taste of the two are very, very pretty similar. I would still say freeze-dried tastes a little bit better than dehydrated stuff. But when you dehydrate something, because of the intensity of the heat, you lose color. Even if you try to put some lemon on it, you lose color. It's just inevitable, all right? So, like I said, eventually I hope to have a freeze dryer, because that's what I want to learn how to do. I've never freeze dried anything, so I have a freeze dryer, okay? So yes, learn how to preserve to maximize shelf life of everything, all right? I have just recently, I have a vacuum sealer, the regular kind. You put the bag in it and seal it up. But I just recently got this little handheld vacuum sealer. I love that little thing. It's quick, it's easy, and I don't have to bring out the big vacuum sealer and try to cut the bags off or anything like that. So that is amazing. If you shop with a credit card, earn cash back. Yep, you sure can. You can earn cash back. That's another one. Yes, you can earn cash back. And this is kind of a given, but your post on preserving eggs. Yes, preserve those eggs. And I like dehydrating my eggs better than I like freezing my eggs. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I even just like the outcome in the end, rehydrating. I think they taste better. No, I'm not going to get a sunny side egg up, but technically I'm not a sunny side egg up person anyway. I'm not a runny egg person anyway. It's okay, but I don't have to have it. But if that's what you really want, then you might want to freeze them, okay? Plan before you go and stick to your list. Now, that's kind of like a given. Stop shopping off the end caps. Those are there to bring you in. They sit stuff on the end of the shelf. You have to pass by. There's no way to get out of the store and check out of any grocery store without passing by at least one end cap. That's why they're there. Okay, when you shopping even on the perimeter of the store, your vegetables, your produce, your meats, your dairy products, your yogurt, your milk, when you're shopping on the perimeter is on this side, and you walking, you're supposed to be shopping. But if you turn this way and look on this side, there's products on every end cap all the way down the store. Okay? Because they hoping while you looking over here, you glance over there and you go, oh, that's right, I need that. And you go grab it. Okay, so make it a habit to not shop off the end caps. Those are impulse shopping, okay? Or something that they know you're going to need to go with something that you're shopping with over here. So let me put it here so I can grab it. Okay, places like Harris Teeter and Food Line have the event. Yes, this little store cards. We hate them, but get them. Okay, they are good. Hey, A Moore, will you please do a video of the kitchen gadgets you like using and where you purchase them? I enjoy the channel so much, but I will. But to be honest, I don't use too many gadgets. But I would maybe I'll do it on the ones that I'm not very much of a gadget person. My favorite gadget is my food processor. My second favorite gadget is my blender. And if you want to call an air fryer a gadget, it's really has moved to number one. Okay? That's about it. I'd rather use a knife than a peeler and all this stuff, but I may do that. I do have a lot of gadgets. I just don't use them. So I could really probably do a good one on that. Another thing you want to do is check apps, websites, and flyers for deals before you go shopping. Okay? Check the flyers. See what's on sale and see how many things are on sale that you can make a meal out of. Okay? Before you go shopping. If you're a person that goes shopping every week, then you need to go in there with 7 meals. Or if you're a person that's going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then you need to go in there with 21 meals, okay? Making sure you got enough for everything. If you're a person that eats maybe 1 meal a day and a snack or maybe a light breakfast, then you can get away with maybe 7 meals or maybe 10 just in case or something like that. However many meals you eat, that's how many meals you need to write down the meal. Don't just write down the items you need for the meal. Like say, excuse me, as an example, if you're gonna make chicken spaghetti or just regular spaghetti with ground beef, don't just put spaghetti on the list. You can write spaghetti on there, but then underneath it, you need to write the items you need to make that meal. All right? You need your ground beef or your ground chicken. Do you need pasta sauce? Go look in your cabinet. Do I need pasta sauce? Because you might have pasta sauce. Okay? All right? Do I have a bunch of tomatoes? Now, you go in the grocery store. You need pasta sauce. All right? And you also need some stuff for a salad. Okay? Now, you go to the produce section and you see Rewrapped. And on the Rewrapped thing that looks like this, something like this, but usually in basket form, you see 5 bags of tomatoes. And you think to yourself, what am I going to do with these 5 bags of tomatoes? And the 5 bags of tomatoes are $1 a piece. But they each got maybe 7 or 8 tomatoes in them. And you think, oh, maybe I'll just get one. I'll have it for myself. No, you get all of them, okay? You get all of them. You like, okay, well, if it's 5 bags up there, each one got 5, and I got 25 tomatoes, what am I going to do with that? First of all, tomatoes freeze well, okay? All you got to do is put it in the freezer. Boom. You ain't do nothing. Wash it, put it in the freezer. Just put it in there. Put it in a plastic bag, put it in the freezer. Then when you want pasta sauce, okay, take the skin off, boil it down, put you some seasonings in there, cook it. Once it boils down and it cooks down and all those seasonings blend, you can put it in a blender and blend it. If you have an immersion blender, put it in there. Use that immersion blender, put it in there, blend it up. You got pasta sauce. All right? If you want some fresh, then take some out. Don't freeze those. Take those out and put them up. You can get a handheld vacuum sealer for cans, glass jars. I shouldn't say cans, but for glass jars. You can vacuum seal that glass jar and you can put it in your refrigerator. All right? You can also actually can it. Water bath can it or can it. Honestly, I don't know which one. Don't take my advice on canning none because I'm not a canner. But you can can it, okay? So there's multiple things you can do with stuff, all right? So don't pass anything up. Whereas if you go to the pasta aisle and you're like, oh, this jar of pasta sauce costs $3.99, but you could have got 25 tomatoes for $5. What? It had multiple things to do with it. So you have to look at all those things when you're looking to save. Let me see what everybody's saying before I go over my next two. Let's see. I love shopping outside. Produce is always my first stop. You love shopping outside? Outside on the job? Now, you know, I see you just outside somewhere. What you mean, girl? Talking about she loves shopping outside. You know I don't get that. She said, it's late, Ola Joe. Really? Okay. In other words, I'm not a night person. So for me, it's going on 9 o'clock where I am. And it's like bedtime. So I'm kind of a little spastic, half sleepy. Do places still price match? Yes, a lot of places do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Senior discounts. Yes, yes. I have the hardest I guess it's a blessing and a curse. I have the hardest time getting a senior discount because if I ask them, do you have a senior discount? They looking at me like, why are you trying to come up in here getting a senior discount? And I'm like, I'm a senior. You want to see my driver's license or something? I'm a senior. And then when people ask me, they're like, you don't really qualify for the senior count, do you? And they don't want to offend me, but by the same token, they're like, you might be. And I'm like, okay. Outside, girl, shoot. Outside perimeter of the store. Now, you know, this late at night, of all people, you know you need to spell it out. Don't leave home without my store cards, and some stores have digital yes, digital. I mentioned that in that's why what you ought to go back and watch that other first half. The other first half, I think the stream went down after about 10 minutes, so 10 or 15 minutes in, so it's not very long. I'm gonna leave it up, and I'm gonna put part 1 and part 2 when I get off of here so people can know. Learn policies is what I heard. Yes. Okay. Yes. Let me see. Also, stick to your shopping list. Yes. Now, I've got 2 more that is on my list. So if you all have some things like you're chiming in, please chime in, because also as other people come back and watch the replay, they'll be able to see it and they will see what you all are saying, because I'm leaving the chat up, and what I'm speaking on as well. Now, this next one is something that I just recently learned myself. So you all may already know this, but I did not know this, okay? Aldi. I don't know how many of y'all have an Aldi near you. Aldi has a policy that if they have anything in their store that is not expiring, but has like a sale by date on it, that day you're in there or the next day, they give it to you for 50% off automatically. I did not know that. And I have shopped at Aldi plenty. I did not know that. So y'all keep telling you, I'll be learning too. Outside perimeter of the stores. Yeah, I know, right? I did not know that. That was a new one on me. And I haven't been in there to try it. But you know. Now see, when I hear a new policy like that, the first thing I do, I'm going to Aldi soon. When I go into Aldi, I'm going to search especially on the meat and the dairy and the produce, anything that has a sale by date on it. They're going to be like, this lady been in this store for a few hours, because I'm going to be looking at every tag on there, okay? Every tag on there until I find me one. I'm going to take it right up to the register, and I'm like, this has a sale by date of so and so and so. Is your policy still 50% off? All she can say is no or yeah. And if it is, whatever it is, I get it for 50% off. And then I'm like, I'm scouring the whole store. So yes, and did not know that. I didn't know it either. So I haven't tried it yet now. I have not tried it, but I'm going to Aldi and I will find that out. Thank you for that new tip on Aldi's, that 50%. I know, right? We all gonna find out if that works. I did not know that. I'm going to find out, but that's what I heard. So I hope that it is, okay? And then this next one is very similar. It's very similar to that. Most stores, now I know this to be true, and I've done this plenty of times, in the meat department. Now, I don't know if it works in any other department, but I know it works in the meat department. If you see something that says sale by the current date, like today or whatever the current date is, or the very next day, you can ring that bell. I love that bell. You can ring the bell back there in the meat department and tell them, this has a sell by date of today, or this has a sell by date of tomorrow. Can you please discount this for me? They take it back there, they unwrap it, put a new tag in it, and here you go, ma'am. I have done that so much. If I see so, because you know what? It says sell by. That doesn't mean it's expired. That means get it out the store because we need to have more stuff come in here. All right? That means I get to take it home and, like I said before, preserve it. Put it in the freezer. Okay? Separate it. Make, if it's ground beef, make it into patties and separate it. So all I got to do is cook it. You know, I do that all the time. I'll do that today. Yes, that's my favorite one, you know, because it doesn't matter what it is. I can either go and look and see if I can find what I'm looking for, or I can just find something else, depending on what the original price is and the 50% price would be, or a discount would be off of it. You could save a lot of money that way. I'm going to check out that. And another thing, going back up to where it has the manager special, please don't overlook the manager specials when you see those tags on there with discount price. Because what you can do, and I've done this so much, my freezer, I have a stand-up upright freezer, and that freezer can be packed at times because I literally go in the store and I buy free meat all the time. It doesn't matter if we've ever had it before or not. Now this is not the healthiest thing, okay? This is, like I said, it's not the healthiest thing, all right? But you know what? We all need a treat every now and then, and I look at it like this. If I can preserve it and things turn upside down and I need to eat, I don't care if it's healthy or not. I'm going to eat it. As long as it's not making me sick, I'm eating it. As long as it's good, I'm eating it. Okay? I don't care if it's healthy or not. If things come to that. So things like hot dogs and even bacon, I've gotten completely 100% free, especially in stores. Harris Teeter's here is good for it. They'll be buy 2, get 3 free. Or buy 1, get 1 free, but their special is buy 2, get 3 free. And then they'll have a manager special. I did this not too long ago with bacon. The bacon was $5.99. It said buy 2 and get 3 free. Well, they had $5 off. On $5.99 bacon, they had $5 off. So that means if I buy 2, because they had the $5 off on it, I get those 2 for $1 and I get 3 free. Okay? But the 3 free had $5 off too. So when they ring my groceries up and they take all 5 off of all 5 packages, that's $25. So that extra $15 that came off comes off my other groceries. So I got my bacon free and $15 off whatever else I had in my basket. I do that all day long. I'm not over here paying all this money for food. No, ma'am. I do that all day long. I don't care if it's a hot dog, a pack of bacon. I don't care if it's a pack of bologna. I buy every last single one of them. Now, if I see somebody that's standing near me or whatever, I'll ask them because I'm going to get it all. If you don't, if you tell me no, I'm like, oh, did you want some bacon? Did you want some bologna? Did you want some hot dogs? And if they say, oh, no, I'm looking at something else, I'm like, okay. And it's in my cart. And I'm out. I will share. But yes. Bulk size cans. What is marinara, carbonara, and all those crazy labels? No clue what to buy. Spaghetti sauce and basil is popular. Not spaghetti sauce. How do you make it taste basil and spices? What spice? You can add whatever spices you want in there. Marinara sauce is pretty much just plain. Doesn't really have a lot of seasoning and spices anywhere. So pasta sauce typically does. But things like if you want to add things to it, if I'm going to buy a plain sauce and I need to doctor it up, I'm going to chop up some onions. I I like my sauce chunky anyway. So you can do this one of two ways. If you don't like your sauce chunky, then just use the powders. But I would chop up garlic, I would chop up onions and put that in there. I'll probably chop up some bell peppers, typically probably green, maybe yellow or orange. I typically won't chop up red because the sauce is red, so it's like I can't see the difference. So why waste my peppers? That's just the way I think. Um, and you can put some basil in there. You can put oregano in there. You can put whatever flavor profile. You can put some of Pam's. You can put you can put some of Pam's all-purpose seasoning in there. Yes, yes, you can. So you can just doctor it up to your flavors. But if you don't want it to be chunky, you can also put meat in there if you want. But typically, if I'm making pasta, I would, ground my ground beef, or if I'm using chicken or something like that, I will brown whatever it is, and I will put that in my sauce after I let my sauce simmer for a while. You will do want that sauce to simmer for a while, and with anything that you're making that typically has a sauce to it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to taste a little bit better the next day. So don't be disappointed if it's not so flavorful the first day. Just make sure you make enough to have leftovers, because those leftovers, once those flavors sit in that refrigerator and they have a tendency to gel together and come together, oh my God. That's why people say leftovers are better, because it's had a chance to marinate in itself even longer than when you were cooking. But just make sure you cook it down. You can even add, if vodka sauce, you can add some vodka if you want to do that, because they have vodka sauce too, which is amazing. But if you add any alcohol to anything, you definitely let it cook down. We'll bring it to a light boil and then reduce it and just let it simmer and simmer and simmer. When people cook with alcohol, this is why kids, if you ever watched any kid cooking show, this is why children, although they cannot drink and they cannot buy alcohol, they can cook with it, because the essence, whether it's wine or hard alcohol, when you put it in your dish, you need to let it cook off. Okay, that means to cook it long enough until you do not taste alcohol, but the flavor enhances the dish. It's just like if you make gravy. When you put that flour into the pot, you need to cook it off so that the gravy then won't just taste like flour. So you need to cook it. It doesn't take long for the flour taste to disappear. It takes a little bit longer for the alcohol to dissipate out of something. But you want to cook it, you cook that gravy down until you don't have that floury taste anymore. So this is the same. It's the same concept. So you can make vodka sauce. You can make whatever kind you want, whatever flavor profile you want. That's what you put in it, and it'll be amazing. Yes, 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 yes. That's a lot of savings. It is a lot of savings, and I do that stuff all the time. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And it's so funny because, math is not my forte, and I ain't ashamed of it. 2 + 2 is 5. It is. I don't care what y'all say. 2 + 2 is 5. So, but when I go into the grocery store, 2 places. If I'm cooking and I need to measure something, or if I'm in that grocery store. If I'm in that grocery store, I can literally glance at something. I can tell you what the end price is like that. But if you just present me with a math problem, it's like, I do not know. 2 + 2 is 5. It just is. I don't know if I just love groceries and food and cooking so much that it just kicks in. I don't know what happens, but it does. It does. It does. Oh, thank you, Ola Joe. I'm going to pin that up to the top. Yes, 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 yes. So I don't want to keep you all long. I just wanted to share that little bit of information about how we can save on our groceries, because prices are rising high. They are rising high. So yeah, that's it. Yes. So if you all have any questions or anything, otherwise I'm gonna let you guys get out of here so you all can. Good night from Riley. Hey, good night from Riley, neighbor. Yes, awesome, awesome. Thanks, Jackson. Yes, yes, yes. Blue Water says, thank you. Okay, you are so very welcome. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to check out my other channels. If you all don't know, I have 3 other channels: Cooking at Pam's Place, Pam's POV, and at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, all on YouTube. I'm making a green smoothie now. Oh, delicious. Yes. I have not had any dinner or anything, so I don't know what I'm gonna have. I don't really have a taste for anything, but I know that one thing I try not to do, and that's go to bed hungry, because for sure, I wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I will be like screaming for food. So I will have something light. You are so welcome, Wanda. I'm having fun giving your son a hard time. Oh my goodness. He'll probably tell me about it. He went to work early today. He's been at work all day, so he works a lot of double shifts, so I haven't seen him today. Oh, that's going to be funny. Yes, that is going to be funny. Oh my gosh. He's doing well though. I think he's oh, he posted another. I don't know if you all saw the second video that I did with him where he was cooking a steak. It was a steak that he had cured and he had me taste it. He actually put out the original video, which I wasn't in that with him just making it. It was something that was trending that he made. And he's doing really well. So far, it was his highest video. I think it's up to like 20K views on it. That's his highest video on that channel. So yeah, yes, yes, yes. He knows you have an army behind you. Uh-huh. Yes. Hey, Georgina, how are you? Yes, yes, yes. So that is amazing, amazing, amazing. I had a baked potato made in the air fryer. Take care and have a good evening. Eat something fun. Yes, I will. That sounds tasty. That sounds tasty. Whatever it is, it's going to be healthy. I have some pre-made salads in there, and I ate half of one earlier. I might have the other half because that salad was delicious. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So I may just eat the other half of that salad that's in those jars. I don't know if you all saw that video, but the jars I made, they're like 32 ounces, so I ate half of one earlier. I may just eat the other half of it. That sounds good to me, and it's already made, so that's quick. Yes, I saw that video, says Wanda. Yes, yes, he's doing really, really well on there, so I hope he grows. He loves to cook, and he is a trained chef. He went to school for it, so he really does know what he's doing, although he doesn't act like it sometimes. And he has a very, very good palate. And to be honest, his palate is better than mine. And when I say that, I mean he can put together flavors better than I can. He just automatically knows off the top of his head before he starts cooking an abundance of different herbs, seasonings, spices, and things that will automatically go. And they do. And he won't tell me. He won't tell me. He has this one something he sprays whenever he barbecues. He sprays on his meat. And I've been trying to get that out of him. And he has a glaze that he doesn't put a barbecue sauce on his meat, but he has this amazing glaze. He will not tell me to save my soul. I've been trying to get that out of him. And I've been trying to sneak in the kitchen when he's doing it. I've tried everything. He is not telling that recipe. He like, if I tell you, you'll go make it and then you'll be selling it. I'm like, it's your recipe. I wouldn't do that. I'm your mother. He's like, sure. So he's not telling me. So I'll get it out of him one day, or I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. He has a fun personality too. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wanda says, yes, I saw that video. Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, okay, guys, you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you all, and I will see you next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.